Yes, I mod Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. You may realize that because I'm using mods right now. And I want to discuss what my thoughts of the morals and just of making mods in general are. And also kind of why I make mods. Because, and even play with mods by the way, that's one thing I want to mention. Because I feel like that's a question that gets misunderstood out there. Especially with the booster course pass mods I'd make. Yes, at first, the DLC retextured really started out as me just wanting to improve the DLC, especially during the Wave 1 days where Wave 1 was just a really rough patch for the DLC, which makes sense because it was the beginning. But over time, as the DLC improved, yes, there were a few tracks in each wave that were like, okay, well, this could do with a little shipperoo, you know, just make it a little better. I didn't think that was the reason. I know, well, okay, I kept making these retextured mods, but I'm not really doing it because I don't like the DLC graphics. In fact, I kind of like some of the DLC graphics, like original DS Mario Circuit in this game, not like in the DS. I can tolerate DS Mario Circuit in this game. I can tolerate Riverside Park in this game. I can tolerate Waluigi Stadium. Heck, I can even tolerate 3DS Rainbow Road, which is not even a Wave 4 track, it's a Wave 3 track. But I make these mods because I enjoy it. I make these texture hacks because I enjoy it. I make them because I feel like they're fun to make. They're just fun projects to do. And there's more to it, which we'll explain in the next race. Along with enjoying it, I'm kind of a completionist, and I said with Wave 1 that I wanted to retexture every DLC track. Of course, they've been making it harder, but it kind of makes it an interesting challenge for me. Like, obviously, I don't have to do it. I don't have to listen to myself from back then. That was me back then. That was years ago. But it's still fun. Like, I'm not a big, like, advocate for, like, you know, just doing this, like, competing with Nintendo, honestly. But it's kind of fun just to, like, do my own take on the graphics. And I don't do I don't do this to compete with Nintendo. I just do it. I think it's fun. I want to try and see what I would have done differently than Nintendo. And also, consistency with the base game's a big thing for me. Obviously, it's not exactly the same as the base game in most scenarios, but I wanted to just kind of test my hands. Plus, it helps me learn the program for custom tracks, which that makes it really interesting to me. Because like it helps me learn that specific program, which I can then apply to my normal regular custom tracks that I will eventually start making again for this game. And it's not, I don't do this because I hate the Booster Course Pass graphics. In fact, as I said, there are some Booster Course Pass tracks I absolutely adore the visuals of. Obviously, there are some that I'm like, okay, this could be way better, Cold Circuit. But like, overall, I'm not doing this, and I want to make this video to kind of address that. I don't make these retextures because I despise anything. In fact, I've been making regular track retextures, and I have continuously praised the base game graphics. I'm making this because it's fun. It's kind of, just the feeling of something you made on a computer being played in this video game. It's a magical feeling. You cannot, it's like, let's say, it's always a magical feeling of, like, let's say you were a little kid, 5-year-old, you drew something, and then suddenly you saw that thing you drew on TV. That's how it feels to me. That is how making this DLC retextured feels to me. And not even just the DLC, the base game retextured also feels the exact same way to me. I'm not doing this because I hate the DLC. I'm doing this because I want to personalize it. This also brings me to another topic kind of relating to this. Yeah, I make mods. It's crazy. But I want to address some stuff about mods and modders in general. And that really is kind of to do with the general Nintendo community. Yeah, if some of you don't know, some people out there, they hate modders with a burning passion. Heck, some of them hate Nintendo and the modders, which is just kind of sad. But I want to address some stuff about modders in general, and also just how I personally view modders. Obviously, there might be a different point of view to look at it, because I personally, unless like you're actively going out there to like ruin the game for others, which that's a different story. But let's say like how I do it. I just use aesthetic mods that only affect my Switch. I don't see the harm in that. I just don't. Yet it feels like we get attacked for doing one texture change, one gold Mario change. Like, let's say I make this gold Mario Ruby Mario. Somehow, some way, people get mad at it. I will go insane, and not I. People will go insane because I changed it, and they'll attack me or the modder. Yeah, I feel like it's not a great mindset to be in, because I could easily attack you as well for being a Nintendo fan and supporting this dumb company. Like, really? I feel like there's some misconceptions with just modders in general out there, which I would like to try and just make this video spread awareness to, because modders, most of the time, we do nothing wrong. And like, think about all the players that you've played against in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Smash Bros, whatever game you play in Mario and Switch Online. I can guarantee there are probably a few out there, a select few, probably a lot, maybe even, it depends. Some of them, at the very least, probably modded the Switches before. And like, I can see the thing where people think, oh, modders are just horrible people. Because if you take a modder that like, let's go back to the online Mario Kart Wii days. There were a lot of hackers back then, a lot of them. Yeah, those people obviously had to mod to make this. And those kind of modders, yeah, that ruin others' experiences, that kind of does hurt the image for modders. I get that. It does. Because you just think, oh god, it's a modder. But like, really? Like, modding is just, overall, if you're doing aesthetic modding like this, I just personally feel like I just want to spread awareness that it's not that bad, really. We're just trying to make the game in our personalizing the game, basically. Like, let's say Tomodachi Life. I know that's a weird example, but you're personalizing the character. It's like that, but unofficial per se. And it's not ever illegal either. Modding has never been illegal. It's just a fun thing to do, to probably give us something to do half the time, and just to explore our creative outlooks. That's the big thing. We're not modding because we hate anything most of the time. We mod because we just want to be creative, and it's fun to see what we design on a computer into a Mario game. So like, yeah, that's kind of why I mod. So I hope you guys enjoyed this topic. Subscribe for more content, like the video, yada yada yada, and that's all I have. Peace out, gamers.